All right, and welcome to Everyone's a Critic. I'm your host, Johnny Gill, with my co-host, Sean Ellis. Sean, say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody?
All right, episode 271. We are finally back, ready to start the summer 2025 season here in Cyprus. Hope you guys had a long, restful break. We just ended our spring 2025 season. Has it been 3.5 weeks?
It's been a month now.
It's been a month?
Yeah,
Okay, I was
it's been
gonna
a
say.
little bit. Actually, we've had a pretty long break, actually.
Yeah, it was a nice break. I'm gonna say some people just finished their season. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there.
Neither here or there. We'll let that
Yeah.
go.
So yeah, episode 271. We're gonna recap our spring 2025 season. Who's your daddy? Is your spring 2025 champs? They have now added more hardware, formerly known as the Misfits. They take down Lightwork 68-60 in a thriller.
Mhm.
Game came down to the wire. Very, very close contest, led by none other than Bradley George. Bradley George has been instrumental for a lot of their success this season. Um, really, just a great season for all parties involved. Jared Cozart improved his shooting. Brandon had some stellar regular season numbers. Great, a little
Right.
bit of playoff success. Just everybody, man. Just the guys stepped up when they need to step up. So congrats to Who's Your Daddy winning yet again. Me and Sean were both right. We both picked Who's
Yeah.
Your Daddy to win the game. I don't know. I felt like it was a bad matchup, but actually I got to give some props to Light Work actually, showing up and playing a good game, really having a legitimate chance of winning. But ultimately, Who's Your Daddy just kind of had their number. So shout out to them.
Absolutely. And they just had a nice mix of everything. They had a nice mix of size, rebounding, shooting. Of course, they've always had shooting, speed, athleticism. Just a nice mix of everything. And we got the MVP matchup. We had Alex versus Bradley, and there was some controversy there. There are definitely some people out there saying that you know that certain guys should have got the MVP over certain guys, and the guy who came in second in the MVP race, his team ended up winning. So would Alex trade in that MVP for a championship? Maybe, maybe not. But he definitely was voted the MVP. And I mean, he had an MVP performance in the finals. I think he had 27 points and like 9 rebounds, 11 for 11 from the free throw line. And he's been a mid free throw shooter, pretty much throughout his Ultimate Hoops career. And he showed up at the free throw. He went 11 for 11. That's pretty
Mm.
amazing. Even good free throw shooters don't do that. So he showed up. He knew what he had to do, and he almost got him a victory in the finals. But again, Brad was big plays down the stretch. He always gets them a possession. And when you got a guy that you know you're gonna get a shot off every single time the ball's in his hands. It's not gonna be a turnover. It's not gonna be a bad. You're gonna get a shot every single time when the ball's in his hands. And it played out the way it played out. And like I said, me and you both picked them to win, and they end up doing it. It went down to the wire though. The final score is 68-60, but it was like a 2 point game with 2 minutes to go. And then like Royce hit two big threes that kind of gave them some distance until they finally finished the game out. So shout out to Who's Your Daddy, definitely champions, and you will have your rings coming in soon. So be ready to get your rings, get your hardware.
Absolutely. So this episode, you guys, we're gonna it's not gonna be your traditional sorry not sorry. We
Yeah.
don't have that's Sean's favorite.
Oh
We
wow.
don't we don't have any games to really, cover outside of the championship game, and nobody's sorry once they get to the championship game. So, just a simple recap. We're going to talk about a few things that we need to address for this season, and just kind of a preview of the summer 2025 season. Speaking of preview, Sean, we have our preseason power rankings.
Yeah.
Me and Sean put our thinking caps together, and this is what we came up with. So we have Who's Your Daddy? Obviously, is going to be the number one right now. They're ranked the highest, being the defending champs. You got to give them that respect. I would say Lightwork second because they represented the other side. They've made a few upgrades, and Sean's
Absolutely.
gonna Sean's gonna detail the upgrades of each team. We came up with hip hop and roll at number three. I still believe hip hop and roll. They're still right there. Their championship window is not closed yet, even though they had a bad draw in the
Yeah.
first round last season. Chances is returning. Chances made some upgrades. I
Absolutely.
like the picks. I like the picks that they have. Jeff and Jeff.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Bullets are back. Um, Bullets are always going to be a contender. I'm glad, and hopefully we can get their name official this time.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. I'm working on it, trust me.
yes. Oh my goodness. Hollywood is back. Hollywood's been back. Well, they've been out for a couple seasons. Terrell Samuels is returning. Looking forward to seeing those guys. More and friends back yet again. Um, More friends. They did make a few additions. We'll see. How they pan out, and then the new franchise, Last Ride. This is the first season where we only had one new team in a long time. We have a lot of returning teams,
Mhm.
teams that have played in the past that are back. Last Ride is the new franchise. Um, this is Virgil Ray, Coach Ray, his guys. We're gonna be representing the table, so I'm definitely rooting for Last Ride. Got two guys from the table. So,
Mhm.
and again, if you guys, I am a free agent. If anyone needs a 40-year-old free agent, I'm here. Um, I can bring some veteran leadership, defense, high IQ. That last game I played where I filled in, just let's just forget about that game. That game didn't happen. You guys probably don't remember that game, but no need to go revisit it. No need to look at that bad film. That was bad tape. I was not in basketball shape, but that's neither here nor there.
Uh,
Sean, what are your thoughts on the preseason power rankings? Give me a little bit more insight as far as the players in particular that will be highlighted for these teams.
no, I'm gonna give Kev a hard time here. Now, Kev said he's showing a lot of love to Last Ride. He's gonna be cheering for him, but he picked y'all eighth. So, so
Oh, it
he's
was just
really
me,
cheering
Sean.
for y'all, but he picked y'all eighth to come in
Oh,
last.
so it's just me. Oh, okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let y'all believe what y'all want to believe.
But we're coming back though. Who's your daddy's coming back? Obviously, they have to be number one. They're the defending champs, right? And not only they're defending champs. Look, they only lost one game last season, and it was a close game. And they played a hot team. That's when they played the Crunch All Stars. When the Crunch All Stars were extremely hot, and before the Crunch All Stars flamed out, and they lost that game. So, I mean, who's your daddy? Coming off, so they've won like eight in a row, seven in a row, eight in a row. I mean, so why would they not be number one? And they added a stud, they added a couple studs, but they definitely add. So they're bringing their whole team back, right? And then they add like Marcus Hall. So, I mean, what are we saying? Like, they have to be number one. And shout out to him because I think he's playing in TBT right now. So shout out to this. I think they had a game tonight too. So I had to go check and see how they did. But light work. Look, man, school, worm, whatever you want to call him, Jason. He's always gonna come back with some fire, and he's put a team together. Look, he obviously has Alex on his team. The MVP is coming back. When the MVP is coming back, you got a shot. It is what it is. MVP is coming back, and then I mean he added another pro. You got the MVP on your team, and you may have added a ex pro to your team to go along with some other pros that are on the team. But they might have added one really, really big pro. I'll keep that as a secret for now. So we'll see what that happens. And oh yeah, they added AD. Oh yeah, they added Mike. Those are just throwing in guys.
Mm,
They're
mm.
gonna be tough. They're gonna be a tough out. So yeah, like
Shout out to AD for letting me down yet again.
yeah. You know how AD do, man.
The second season in a row.
Shout out to AD though, man. 80 and Mike. Look, they got to get Mike a championship, man. He been out here. He been grinding with us for a while now. Mike and the Bullets. Yeah, Mike or the Bullets. One of those two got to get championship this season. But hip hop and roll. Basically come back with the same squad. And look, one little they added it's hip hop and roll. You know what I'm saying? So they'll come back with their squad and they got one piece to add to that. And look, they barely lost. They got, like I said, they got a bad draw in the playoffs last season. End up playing one of the hottest teams in the first round. It's just kind of how it worked out. And so they're coming back. They're going with the running back uh idea, which I'm not mad at because you was one possession away from moving on and possibly being in the finals. Because I think if they get past their first round opponent, they probably beat their second round opponent. I'm thinking that maybe. We don't know, but I'm thinking they probably would have beat their second round opponent. Uh, so yeah, yeah, no, they go from being in the finals and like I said, losing in the first round by one possession. So I think they're why not running back? I'm okay with them running it back. Chances, they added Jeff and Jeff, the joins, and they added Boykins.
Two
So
guys I can defend.
two guys that could defend and they have some scoring ability.
Yeah, say they're
And they
very
don't
capable
necessarily
scorers.
need the ball to score.
Mm-mm.
So when you got Eric who distributes and can kind of, create a lot for people, Ellis who's going to score, um, you know what I'm saying? Brian Bach, who can score, and then you add two board guys who are capable scorers, but that can defend and rebound, do all the kind of intangible stuff to go along with. At the end of the season, Jerry he started kind of like getting some buckets for him. So you kind of go along with that. You add Jeff and Jeff, they'll be solid. They'll be a
Some
problem.
nice upgrades to that
Yeah,
team.
two really nice upgrades. So they're going to be solid. The Bullets, they're kind of running it back too. And it's gonna be wait and see. Look, the Bullets were 5-0, 6-0, and then they kind of had a tough patch to end the season. Mudge called me the other day, and he was just like, "Yeah, man, I went and looked y'all up, man. I saw the Bullets were like 6-0, and then they turned into the same old Bullets again." I was like, I
God,
don't know why Mudge gives the Bullets such a hard. I guess Mudge feel like since he got that championship bug off his back, he can talk about the Bullets now, I guess. But
Mudge, that's uncalled for,
yeah, it was
man.
uncalled for, man. He just randomly called me and told me that out of nowhere. But shout out to Mudge too. He said he'll be back next season. But they're running back and think about it, they flamed out at the end, but I mean they were strong throughout the season. So they just got to figure out a way to not flame out at the end, pretty much.
Bunch of All Stars flamed out too.
Yeah, well they flamed out the worst.
And
And then that's probably why they're not back, and they feel it might be a little hurt because.
I ain't
but
mad at them.
Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood gonna have look. Hollywood got talent, so the talent's not the issue with Hollywood. It's going to be more about the cohesive unit part of it. Like you
Mm.
got a bunch of guys who are talented, but I mean, how do they play with each other? And that's kind of going to be the thing with them. They're going to have enough talent to compete or beat everybody up there. But the issue is going to be their ability to be a cohesive unit. Because I mean, I don't know much about them playing with each other, and I don't know if they know much about each other playing with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it that, that
It's a new version of Hollywood.
it's a new version of Hollywood. So I
Okay.
mean, Terrell's gonna be back. Elijah Benjamin, you've seen him. Really athletic kid. They got some talent. Like I said, it's just
Yeah.
more so about them playing as a cohesive unit. Mo and friends again. They added two pieces. They added two pieces. So it's a wait and see with them. I know the last two seasons, I think Mo and friends have won 3 games in 2 seasons.
More
So
so.
Uh, but for the most part, they're competitive. I think last season they kind of hit a stretch where when they didn't play hard, they looked bad. So I think they got back to having the guys on their team that's going to consistently play hard. And when they play, they consistently play hard, they have a chance. They do. They have a chance. So it's going to be. I'm not going to count them out. And with all that being said, obviously Kevin thinks that More and Friends is better than Last Ride because Kevin put him at Last Ride at 8. Last Ride is last. And again, they actually have some guys that I've coached and I know a little bit about. They can play. I mean, they can play. And then they got a couple coaches on their team that kind of could, whenever they get in bad situations, I'm sure they could coach them through it. So, unfortunate part for them, we're about to get to this with the who you with section. They're going to get a reality check early because they're going to have to play some tough competition to start the season off. So, we'll really see if they really deserve that last spot that Kevin gave to them.
Mm.
Well,
So
we'll see.
Kevin gave him that spot, not Johnny Gill, right? This Kevin guy, I don't know who you're speaking of.
think all the above gave him that last spot.
Okay. So we are here at the Who You With segment. Sean's gonna detail each game, and we're gonna give you guys our opinion. I'm gonna I'm gonna take a shot in the dark at some of these. I'm gonna go off of this. It's week one. I have no idea. Me and Sean historically haven't done well on week one. We normally break even,
Yeah.
or worse. We really don't. We don't know because we don't know. We don't even know who's gonna show up week one. We really don't know. So
Right.
we'll see. What you got, Sean, for 7 o'clock game?
7 o'clock game, we have Chances versus Hollywood. And I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Chances here because again, not sure what I know Hollywood has talent, but again, what type of team is Hollywood though? How do they play with each other? We haven't seen them together yet, so I'm gonna go with the team that I know a little bit more about. That's gonna be Chances. I know about Hollywood, but this is a whole new cast of characters, and again, I don't know if these guys actually have played with each other like that. So it's a wait and see. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go with Chances here, 86 to 79.
Mm. Um, Opening night. We don't know what the scoring is gonna look like. I don't know. Opening night last season was very low scoring.
Yeah,
It was like extremely low. I don't think anybody scored 90. I think everybody was 80 and
yeah,
under.
it's a little rough.
Um, I'm also gonna go chances, but I think chances with the upgrades they have, I think they're gonna be a team that can score. I
Mm.
think they're gonna score in bunches. I'm gonna say they win 95-80.
Ooh, golly, Kev.
Yeah.
Just no.
No disrespect to Hollywood. It's more about what chances has added. I think they're gonna kind of put the league on notice. We've won.
Kev has no heart, man. Tell you how Kev feel about y'all for real, man. But go along with that.
Okay, you know what? 95-81. There you go. Y'all not gonna lose by 15. Y'all lose by 14.
Okay. 8 o'clock game. We got Who's Your Daddy versus Last Ride. Um, Again, you got defending champs playing against a new franchise to start.
Sean about to lie. Look at him. He about to lie. Go ahead and lie. Go ahead and lie. Go ahead.
No. But again, I coach some of the guys on Last Ride. They have a coach there, so I don't think he'll allow them to just get outplayed like that. So I'm gonna go. Who's your daddy here? Uh, with the talent and what we know they have coming back. We got the guy that came in, that was the second place in the MVP voting. I'm gonna go. Who's your daddy here? 88 to 83.
Mm. I'm gonna go because again I'm a fan of that team. I'm gonna give them some respect.
Even though he put him
I'm gonna,
last.
I'm gonna say they lose. I'm gonna say Who's Your Daddy wins 91-81.
Okay. That's actually a good score for Kevin. Kevin be having guys getting blown out by 20 and stuff. That's actually a good score for Kevin. I could I could appreciate that. You actually have some respect for the team. I could appreciate that, Kev.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them. Got to represent for the table.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though you got me last place. But so the 9 o'clock game, we have hip hop and roll versus light work. Might be the game of the night here.
You got
And
them playing first to start the season again.
you know what? This is a building rivalry.
I'm
So
about to say it.
this is the final from 2 seasons ago. This is you got to remember from 3 seasons ago they had probably the game of the season where Lightwork had to come back
Yeah,
in a close game. It was the thing that set Lightwork off. Actually,
yeah,
they didn't look back after that game.
yeah,
And then the next season Lightwork actually wins championship. Then the season after that, Lightwork plays hip hop and roll in the final, and hip hop and roll beats them in the final. And
yeah,
then last season, hip hop and roll actually loses to them in the first round
yeah.
of playoffs. So now they see each other face each other again to opening night. So
I wonder what NBA rivalry we can compare this to. Maybe
hmm,
maybe like old school Heat and Knicks. That's what it's
he
starting to feel like.
yeah, yeah, it is starting, and it's because these games are physical. Both
Yeah,
teams have size, and they kind of yeah, it could be like Heat Knicks, maybe Knicks Pacers.
yeah. Knicks plays. I would say them too. Yeah.
Yeah, like this kind of has that kind of feel to it. Um, Hip hop's gonna run revenge, man.
They're trading every season.
Yeah. They I'm actually for week one, I'm actually gonna hip hop and roll week one. Now, week 7 or 8, it may be different. But week one, I'm gonna go hip hop here just because they have their core guys all together. Whereas light work, they kind of have a couple new pieces.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go hip hop here. Even though light work played in the finals last season, and they have the MVP coming back, and they got a possible additional pro on their team. I'm gonna go hip hop here, 82-79.
Okay, I'm also gonna go hip hop just because, like I said, they're trading revenge. Like so, next time they play, whoever loses is gonna want revenge again. I don't know, man. This is this is a really nice rivalry. But I'm going hip hop in another classic. I'll say 86-84.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I can't knock it. Yeah, they've had. I don't think they've had a bad game against each other. Yeah, I don't think they've ever had a bad game against each other. So yeah, I expect this possibly be the game of the night. We'll see though, especially with some of these new teams. And then at the 10 o'clock game to finish the night out, we got the Moore and Friends and the Bullets.
Hmm.
This is actually gonna be a pretty good game. This is actually gonna be a better game than I think people probably think. I'm gonna give the Bullets the edge. Um, But I think more friends actually is going to actually play a really good game here. Um, I'm gonna go Bullets, especially with Kendrick playing, and I think he's gonna be the X factor. Just think he's gonna be the most athletic guy on the floor. Uh, and I will go Bullets. I don't have any games going getting into the 90s week one. I'm gonna go 84-81 Bullets.
Okay. I'm also going to go Bullets. I'm gonna say 87-85.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because week one, both teams gonna be trying to jockey for position, kind of set the tone for their season. I'll say 87-85 Bullets.
And we went 4 for 4 there. That doesn't happen too often, man.
Yeah.
That in all our seasons doing this, me and Kev have done I don't know how many seasons now together, and we might have went 4 for 4 maybe 2 or 3 times.
Something like that sounds right. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah, it has been that doesn't happen very often. But again, it's week one, so again, so much up in there, we really, really don't know. So that is who you would section there, and it's gonna be very interesting. I think it's gonna be some good games. I think it might. I would say out of those 4 games, it might be one game maybe that doesn't turn out well, but I think 3 out of 4 games probably are gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Now for a made up segment that I just came up with, parting shots.
Yeah.
Um, Parting shots before the season kicks off. Me and Sean wanted to just address a few things, three things in particular that they always come up during the season. So if you're watching this episode, thank you, and hopefully
Yes.
you'll remember this. Number one, jerseys. Please, 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 please. When the season starts, whatever jersey number that you have played in week one, you must stick with that jersey number for the entirety of the season. And again, this is not just for your stats, it's for everyone's stats
Hmm.
because you could compromise your teammates' stats by switching to another jersey. You can mess the whole thing up. Like the
Hmm.
whole thing can be ruined just because you want to be lazy.
Hmm.
So please, 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 whatever, if you have your own jerseys, if you are using one of our jerseys, just make sure you keep the same number. Don't come to the table just grabbing jerseys. Don't do that. Sean already has it laid out for you. He already knows who's going to wear what jersey, and I think that's typically after week one because I think week one you have to kind of assign them.
Yeah.
But after week one, Sean has everything organized, ready to go. Do not waste his time. Do not waste our time by just coming over there grabbing jerseys. Okay, same jersey all season, so everything can be 100% accurate.
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, thinking about it now, even though we just started doing this probably in the last 4 seasons, I think that's easier anyway, right? When you just know what your jersey number is. So yeah,
Yeah.
just keep the same jersey. All right. Yes, at the end of the games, if you're using our jerseys, yes, turn them in the bag and I'm gonna wash them. And next week I'm gonna have them already set out for you. But yeah, grab the same jersey every week. Don't just grab anybody's jersey because it's just not about your no. You might not care about your stats, but I'm sure your teammates do. And then they're complaining about this, that, and this, whatever. Oh, my stats messed up this, my stat. Yeah, just keep the same jersey, guys. Keep the same jersey. That way it makes it a lot easier for everybody else. And I try to be as organized as possible. I usually have it already set out for you. So yeah, when you come over there just grabbing jerseys, then somebody's like, my jersey's not here. And I'm looking around and some random guy, just has it who's not even playing yet. He don't play
Not
till the
even
next
playing.
game. You know what I'm saying? It just he just went up there and grabbed a jersey. Like, no, I have them assigned to each team for each player. So yes, just keep whatever number you are. If you're number 25, week one, you're gonna be number 25, week eight. And that goes for you guys, the teams who make my life a little easier by having your own jerseys.
I was
Awesome.
gonna say
I love that you have your own jerseys.
thank you.
Thank you. But keep the same jersey. Just keep the same jersey. So if you're number 11, stay number 11 for the whole season. Just keep.
You know who helps us the most, Sean?
Mm.
The players that have their own Ultimate Hoops jerseys,
Yes, absolutely.
because
So yeah,
that never changes.
that never changes. So yeah, the guys who have their own jerseys bought Ultimate Hoops jersey, please bring your own Ultimate Hoops jersey this season, please.
Yeah,
It just helps out a lot. It really does.
and but this is what I've noticed. If I had to rank them, got teams that have their own jerseys, like their own team jersey, like a different non Ultimate Hoop jersey.
Mhm.
Those are the ones that give us the most problems.
Yeah.
Then second, players that use our jerseys, they give us problems too because again, somebody random that I remember one time somebody wasn't even playing in the league. They just showed up. You weren't even in the gym. I think I just came to the table. All of a sudden, they were on the court with a jersey. Sports Vizio had already started. I'm just like, oh my god! I think they ruined everything.
Yeah, it messed up the whole night.
Just everything. And then of course, last usually the best players that have their own Ultimate Hoop jersey. I know they're gonna bring their jersey. That's the only jersey they have,
Right, right,
and it's gonna be the same. No, we don't have to worry about them.
right,
They make our lives easier. So teams that have your own team jerseys, don't switch it up.
right,
Whatever you riding with, keep it the whole time, and we're gonna hold y'all accountable. I'm gonna make sure I tell Ray and all of them, Ray,
right,
hold on.
right.
You got to cross reference everything and make sure everything's right. Because I know, Sean, you have your rosters, and on your rosters you have the numbers next to the guys' names, and that does not change.
There you go. So yeah, just please, guys, again, jerseys, just keep it the same. Don't move them around, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Second thing, timeouts, guys. It's three timeouts for the game.
that's it. Whole game, nine and a half, nine and a quarter, whole game, three times in the whole game, like football.
Some of y'all have been playing with us in Ultimate Hoops since 2015, and you're still asking that question. It's the rule have not changed. It's three timeouts for the game. So if you call all three timeouts in the first quarter, you have no more timeouts for the game.
Yeah,
You're done. Okay, so use your timeouts wisely. Me personally, the way I would do it, I would not call a timeout in the first quarter. I might call one in the second. I I might call one in the third. I probably won't want to. I like to go into the fourth quarter with two timeouts and then save them last two for the fourth. You might need one for a challenge. You might need one for a critical play in the game. Just don't. If you call two timeouts in the first half, you're done. You're just done. It's over. You're not gonna have no more timeouts because
absolutely.
you're gonna use another one.
Yeah. So yeah, just it's a real simple thing, man. Just timeouts. Yeah, just use them wisely. You only get three of them. Use them wisely. And really, one reason why I say use them wisely, getting to our next point and our last point, we have a challenge. Again, guys, you can't challenge in the first quarter. You can't challenge in the second quarter. You only can challenge the last 2 minutes of the game. When you use a challenge, you have to have a timeout. If you do not have a timeout, you can't do a challenge. Okay, you can't challenge a call if you do not have a timeout. All right. Also, when we use your challenges, both teams have to go to their bench, and then for us to start the process of reviewing the film. Okay. If both teams don't go to the bench, or one of the teams is acting, it's going to be eventually the ref can give you a tick. Okay. Speaking of ticks and referees,
This wasn't even
look,
on the agenda. I'm
this
glad you
wasn't even
brought it
on
up.
shit. Like, look, I get it. we're all adult men, and this is a adult league. So again, I feel we all feel the need to express ourselves sometimes. I get that, but we can't get caught up in barking at referees the whole game because that it more than anything else, it's yes, it's about getting the call right, but you're also impeding the process of the game. You make the game extremely slow, and you pretty much stop the game when you sit out there and you just argue with referees the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna do our best not to throw guys out. We really are. But again, if you get two techs, you have to leave the gym. If you don't leave the gym after your second tech, your team could be disqualified at that point. Okay.
Yeah, we're not even gonna call the authorities. You're just gonna lose the game.
Yeah. You the team could be
Then
your
you're gonna
team,
be then you're really gonna be mad.
then you're really gonna be mad. And look, more than anything else, if you have such an issue with a call or with a referee, we're gonna give you an opportunity to go to your team captain, address it with your team captain, and that team captain will then address it with the referee. But we can't have 4 or 5 players running to the referee at one time complaining about something. Again, that
And honestly, I would tread lightly on even if you are the team captain. I would tread lightly depending on the situation.
absolutely, absolutely. And again, it probably means being a dead ball situation or something like that. But even then, tread lightly. Like, okay, we just gotta play basketball, fellas. We gotta get to the point where we're playing basketball, and we can't be talking about referees all the time. I coached for a long time. I played for a long time. I can honestly say, in all my years of playing basketball, if I really think about games, a referee's never lost a game for me. Now, he's had moments where, when I think about that singular moment, absolutely. But when I think about the whole 48 minutes, the whole 44 minutes, I'm like, well, no, we did turn it over 5 times in the first quarter, though. Oh, no, we
Yeah,
did miss like 7 free throws. Oh, yeah, we did do. No, I could think about 12 different things that I probably did that caused me to lose that game before that one call or the 2 calls that the referee missed. So at the end of the day, play basketball, fellas. And trust me, when you play basketball, it makes the game so much more fun. It really does. Instead of just
yeah.
screaming at referees all the time.
And when you show referees respect and you're not barking at them the whole time, a lot of time those calls that you're looking for they end up going in your favor. It all just depends on how your approach. I've gotten to know playing in leagues and playing basketball the way you approach a referee on anything. What I've noticed, guys that are nice and respectful, it normally works out for them. It
Yeah,
just does.
right.
So just think about that. I mean, I'm not asking you to change. I'm asking you to be you, but just understand that there's going to be consequences.
Absolutely. But
So
but yeah, that was just a little housekeeping. That was it.
yeah, yeah. So episode 271 in the books. We are looking forward to week one. Should be interesting. Again, hopefully me and Sean we get some good basketball. Hopefully we're right. Hopefully our picks are right. Hopefully our picks are wrong if we picked against you. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. It's just however you want to look at it. So yeah, that's neither here nor there. All right, live via Zoom. I'm Johnny Gill.
Sean Ellis.
We're out of here.